Bigger, Chapter 9. When they set out after breakfast, Bigger stayed farther back than usual, his head held low, as if, in the clear light of morning, he was ashamed to remember he'd slept snug up tight as a tick the night before. "That dog of yourn ain't none too friendly," Isaac observed as they walked along. He glanced over his shoulder in Bigger's direction, and when he did, Tyler saw that the jagged scar on the other boy's cheek looked pink rather than scarlet in the pale morning light. "Might be somebody beat on him real good, sometime or another," Isaac speculated. "That's what I figured myself," Tyler admitted. "Paul told me it was the quickest way to the ruination of a good dog." "Yep, I reckon that be so," Isaac agreed. After a moment's pause, he added quietly, "Dogs ain't the only ones to be ruined that way. Being beat on can make a body mean." Tyler wondered if it was a beating that had given the other boy a mark, branding him with a lightning bolt from his eye to the corner of his mouth. He was on the verge of asking when Isaac lifted his fingers to his own face and slowly traced the scar from top to bottom. "Mr. Kerwood, he got mighty peeved with me one day and laid my cheek open till Mama said she could see the bone in there, all shiny white and spooky." Isaac sounded as if he were still amazed at what had happened. "My grandma closed it up best she could with rags and a potion made up out of bacon grease and chamomile. I tell you, it hurt real smart for a while." "You must have done something pretty bad for him to whoop you like that," Tyler suggested, carefully unable to imagine what would make a grown man strike a boy so hard he'd bare the flesh to the bone, leaving a mark such as the one Isaac would have to wear to the end of his days. "I had to move my bowels," Isaac explained, and went out of the field toward the woods to do so. Made Mr. Kerwood awful mad, I can tell you. "You there, Isaac," he hollered me in a voice louder than a passel of church bells. "You drop your drawers only when I tell you to, not a minute before and not a minute after. You hear me talking to you, boy?" Guess I didn't pull my britches up quick enough, 'cause he come over to me and laid my face open with the butt end of his riding stick. "My, Isaac never fret over much about his bowels ever again," he exclaimed, and laughed, not cheerfully, but as if he continued to marvel at the sudden swiftness of that punishment. When Isaac smiled, Tyler noticed again that a tooth in front had a corner knocked off it. He decided he didn't want to hear how that had happened. Sometimes, well, maybe it was better not to know too much. Just the same, it made a hard knot in Tyler's chest to know Isaac's face had been laid open because a gambling man lost his temper. He'd have liked it better, he decided, if he knew Papa had been against such things as happened to people like Isaac. Maybe it wasn't enough not to own a slave yourself, as Papa once claimed. "We're going to be mighty hungry come nightfall," Tyler said, eager to change the subject. "We're going to have to figure out a way to get ourselves some new victuals." "We surely are," Isaac agreed. "Quickest thing to do right off would be to fish." "We got nothing to string a pole with," Tyler pointed out. "Mighty hard to fish without any line." Isaac gave him a superior smile. "You think I'd a left home without taking me some twine? Not likely." He reached into his pants pocket and took out a length of twine that had been wrapped carefully around a twig, figure-8 style, to keep it from getting snarled. With thumb and forefinger, Isaac dug in his shirt to retrieve a small barbed hook. "What you're looking at here, white boy, is supper for tonight," he said with another grin. "You're not supposed to call me white boy anymore," Tyler reminded him. Isaac nodded, which Tyler took to be an apology. He loaned the other boy his knife and watched as Isaac cut a willow pole from a small grove near the creek. "You go off there in the grass and catch me a couple of nice little green grasshoppers, Isaac suggested. In springtime, oh, them greenies, they make mighty fine bait for trout. 15 minutes later, Isaac pulled a wriggling, speckled, 10-inch rainbow-sided trout out of the stream. It was followed a few moments later by another one, almost as big. "Let me have a go," Tyler asked, and then it was his turn to catch a pair of fish that almost, but not quite, equaled Isaac's in size. "Double that, Ty Bohannon, and we got ourselves a meal," Isaac said, cutting a willow fork to carry the fish on until supper time. That night they feasted on fish held on sticks over the fire until they were blackened and sizzling hot. Bigger was awarded the heads, and Tyler donated his last 2 apples to complete the meal. "What's going to happen now?" Tyler wondered aloud. "Oh, sure, tomorrow maybe we can fish again. I got a tin of meat we can share. Then a figure can catch us another rabbit." Tyler let his words trail off. "Truth is, Isaac, I never figured it'd be so hard scrounging every livelong day for food," Isaac filled in softly. "Yeah, I suppose that's what I mean, all right," Tyler confessed, staring into the fire. "Last year of the war, living got mighty hard where I come from," Isaac murmured. "Babies and old folks, they die real regular. Master Kerwood, well, he took a notion the Union was going to win, so he turned all us black folks loose. Don't own you no more, don't have to feed you, or put up with you neither, he told us one day. We'd been hoping for freedom, but freedom was nothing to eat, no roof over our heads, no, it wasn't such a grand thing as we figured it'd be. It'd take a mighty lot of digging in the fields to come up with 1 onion, or maybe 2 carrots to feed the lot of us. It's one of the reasons now Isaac is traveling to find himself a better place to be." "Did you leave your mama behind?" Tyler asked. Isaac was silent for a brief moment. "She be gone," he answered softly, "and my grandma and granddaddy too." "You mean they're all dead?" Tyler tried to imagine the lonesomeness of not having any kin of your own left. What if something happened to the 3 he'd left back there at Sweet Creek? He'd have no home of his own any more. Might have to go live with Uncle Matt. He'd never be the oldest again. He'd only be second best. Clayton would see to that. "Yes, sir, they be all gone," Isaac replied. "It will be hard work to find Papa," Tyler realized, but Isaac doesn't even have anyone left to look for, except a man he might not recognize even if he finds him. It was an awful fate, and he searched his mind for something to say to the other boy. "Someday, maybe, it will all be different, Isaac," were the only words that came to him. "Yes, sir, maybe someday it will," Isaac sighed. Tyler sneaked a peek at his companion across the fire, expecting to see the other boy's dark eyes shiny with tears. Instead, Isaac seemed solemn and resigned. Only the scar, bright now in the firelight, registered anger and indignation. "Country's beginning to look familiar to these tired eyes," Isaac announced 2 days later when they approached the Tuttle River. "I came this way once with Mr. Kerwood. He brought us along to do the unloading of a boat that came up carrying rope and leather. I was only a tad back then." "How old are you now?" Tyler wanted to know. The question surprised Isaac. His eyes got round beneath his fuzzy caterpillar brows. "How old? Well, I don't know for sure. Maybe about your age, I think. How old are you?" 12, Tyler answered. "Stand up here," Isaac ordered, picking a stick out of the road. "Let's see how we measure shoulder to shoulder." Tyler stood up straight and could feel Isaac's shoulder blades and buttocks pressed against his own. Isaac laid the stick across their shoulders and tried to hold it level, then peered down while Tyler did the same. It was plain Isaac's shoulder was higher by more than an inch. Isaac jumped aside and did a nimble jig in the road. "Must be I'm older'n you be," he sang out. "That might make me almost." He hesitated. 13. Tyler supplied the number for him. Isaac put his finger to his chin and marveled. 13. "I'll remember that," he promised. "And next year, wherever I be, at a time of year when the sun looks 'bout the same in the sky as it does right now, I'll be able to say I'm 14. Tyler provided. 14, Isaac whispered. "Why, I'll almost be a man." End of chapter 9, part 1.